by picking up Baby Blush and applying it. I'm using my Lunar Blender. From the end of the petal, I'll wipe my brush. I'm going to pick up Blush Pink, and I'm just going to streak that upwards into that lighter pink. Just want to work the two colors together. That's that. You move your way around on all of the flowers. You're going by who's in the background. This guy here would have been the first one, but I didn't do him because he's only half there, and I didn't feel that that was the perfect guy to use for a demo. Wipe your brush in between, so when I pick up my Blush Pink, I just streak it coming up into the Baby Blush. So it's really just a quick coat. This guy here is on top of both of these. So here I am going the wrong way. So I start with my light and I apply it around the outer edge. Just work it down a little bit. Wipe the brush, pick up the blush, which is our base coat pink. Come from here and just work the colors down. I can have a bit more of the Baby Blush there just to define the edge, but we are floating a highlight after. So this is the one that's on top of both of them, so I would then do here. So again, and I'm missing a petal here, so just ignore that guy. You have no choice. You ain't there. Take my dark, I've wiped the brush in between, important, or you won't have a darker pink, you'll have a light one right away. So I just want to streak those together, that's that, and carry on with all the petals the same way. I'm going to shade with a mix of 2 Black Plum and 1 Blush Pink. And we're shading to separate our petals. We are going to come afterwards with, and I'll shade here because I know we're going to have our center coming there. So this guy doesn't have a petal, neither does this one overlapping him. So I'll just walk a bit up there. So that's going to be our shading, and I'm going to show the highlighting that's going on there. We're going to be pulling some tiny little veins in this mix, or you can even strengthen it up a bit more if you want with a bit more Black Plum. So, but the Snow White float is going to really pop these petals up. Now, I wanted some good strength on these because my original is done on the rhubarb leaf rock, and we want that to pop up right from the ground nicely. So that's why the nice strength on this, as well as to pick up the white that's in our Queen Anne's lace. So a nice highlight float along the outer edges of the petals. And we're going to pull in the little veins. Okay, I have a couple more to do, but that's what we're going to do. So we're using neon pink on my dry brush. I'm using a 1/4 inch dome stippler, and we're going to dry brush this pink in the middle of our petals, and it really pops them up. It really makes a big difference when it's varnished as well. It brought them back out. We're going to use dots in these around our flower centers in this neon. And again, it is something that you may not notice too much right now, but it does pop it up afterwards. You'll see it. And if you feel like you want to go through and add a swipe here and there with this, you can. It just really pops it up. You'll see when we use the yellow on the butterfly too. It really makes a difference. So I'm just going through and I'm adding that, and I'll just show you. I'm going to thin down, and I'll pull some veins up. This is in the mix, and you can do a few if you want in just black plum as well. Just nice and fine. We'll have a few veins coming up from here. And that's that. So I'm going to stipple a center with my 1/8 Deerfoot and honey brown. I'm going to pick up more on the toe of this little brush. Buttermilk, pardon me, and gently tap it in, working my way down to keeping it darker along the outer edge of the bottom. If that doesn't get achieved, I just pick up a bit more of my honey brown on the heel of my brush and tap my way around. We've got our little veins coming out from there, so we're going to take our stylus. I love that tune. And I'm going to dot. I think I grabbed too big a stylus. This one's too small. Got no happy medium here. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to dot black plum.
Black plum?
Yeah, I'm going to dot black plum. Then I'm going to go around with some buttermilk. And I should be let go. You know, you'd go to all of your flowers, do those. Then I'm getting buttermilk in there. And then I'm going to do warm white. This one's Snow White, doesn't really matter. And I'll go with that. Now I am going to go all the way around, but for the sake of the video. And then we're going with, and I'll have more of the white, but then I'm going to go with the pink neon as well in there. And this is really going to pop these out. These neons are really pretty, and we didn't, but I would like, if you're interested and you have the green neon, to pull a few lines in amongst the baskets underneath the Queen Anne's lace and on a little swipe on the stem and whatever. Just that neon, just a thin line will pop that up without you really even seeing it, but it's there. So we're going to do this all the way around our flowers. All right. I am going to come down here. I put a little bit more black plum in my shading mix just to strengthen that a little bit. I can come there a bit too. But I just want that just a little bit stronger. Now when we did our curly guys, our leaves and these little veins and things on the basket of our flower, we dragged our liner through the avocado and the plantation pine and we just tipped a bit of the aloe. And you can go back and highlight them a bit, but those ones are underneath the basket, or underneath that flower as well, and they also come up onto the bottom of this one. So they were a little more noticeable coming up. I'm going to pick up some aloe, and I'm going to pick up some bleach sand, because that is what we went back with a little highlight on some. I just want these to be a little bit fatter than those ones that we did for the baskets. So we'll just bring that up a bit. It doesn't really matter how fat they are or how many you have coming up there. I do want some more dark coming down here to kind of cut this There. All right, so that, I'm good with that.